We're just going to go live on that right now because it's too far away.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, we're live everywhere.
Oh, you already started. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I was trying.
You
I
just did it all.
was trying to be helpful.
Doing all the things. Look at you go. I left my phone in here. What's wrong with me?
It was so nice this morning.
I know.
It's cool and rainy and
I told Derek, I was like, the cold front's here.
yeah, I wanted to wear boots.
I know.
And then I decided
Slow down.
yeah, slow down. You're gonna have plenty of time for that.
Yeah. Well, on Monday, I said the cold front is here, and I need a peppermint mocha, which is kind of funny because you can get peppermint mochas year-round, but it's just like, it's colder now.
It tastes better when it's colder.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Donna. Donna, they told me you are coming to see us in October.
Oh,
That is,
yes. We're
her and her
excited.
sister from Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Sweden.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello everybody. Hello TikTok. If you are just tuning in for the first time, this is Mimi's Wig Boutique in Dallas, Texas. My name is Kim. Her
I'm
name
Keri.
is Keri. And we're going to talk about wigs today.
Yeah. Well, colors. We're talking about colors.
Yeah, of
And
wigs.
Of wigs, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Hi, Colleen.
I'm so excited.
Brooklyn. Oh, we got people from all over. Oh, Kimber. Hi, Kimber. I'm meeting with Kimber's partner this afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody's hopping in.
I know. Isn't that great?
Look at
I
this.
can't read Instagram. I don't. Sometimes Misty can.
Sometimes I can. It's a little bit hard for me, but
We got
we'll see.
Allie here from Alaska. We got
Everybody.
Alberta, Canada.
Everybody's hopping on real quick.
She wrote. I didn't even read it as Canada. I just saw Alberta.
Well, welcome. It's Wig Talk Wednesday.
Colorado. We just got a shipment of our favorite caramels from Colorado
Yep.
this morning.
So we've been eating those up. They're delicious.
Okay.
What's going on?
Someone's saying something about the volume.
Oh, no.
And maybe we're just not speaking loud enough because it's
up.
how can you tell?
I don't know. Hang on. Let me
I don't know.
ask.
I mean, there's this one image where when we're talking,
Can you hear us out there? We're going to check. Hang on. Give us a minute.
42 in Minnesota.
42. Well, you can definitely have your peppermint mochas there. Well, Donna's saying she can hear us.
Okay.
Well, it's fine.
So is Maria.
Okay. Here, let's go like this, too. Sometimes
Okay.
this
Kimber
helps.
says that Facebook's good too. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Colleen too. And
All right.
Colleen loves your messy hair.
Thank
What
you.
kind of messy hair do you have on
I
today?
have Anima on today. It's actually Misty's. Sometimes I just steal her hair.
Well, we all share hair.
We do. We just share. We swap it around. So when we don't know what to wear, we just steal it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get something new.
Except for I'm having an issue here. I don't know what to do with this. So if you see me playing with it, that's what I'm up
That's that Anima Ellen Wille split.
to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know what to do with it. So I just tuck it. I'm about ready to tuck it right on into the cap.
Presented as a design feature.
Yeah, I might just go like this. Here we go. Right into the cap. Just like, look at that. Just, I don't know. That might be how I handle that today. So, there we go. So, should we get started or we want to wait?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can.
So, here's the deal. We threw out there a couple weeks ago a question to everybody. Like, if you could sit on the design team with the manufacturers, what would you say to them? Because, there's just so much out there. Like, we would change some stuff, right?
Right.
And the response was honestly overwhelming.
It was crazy. You guys had a lot to say to the manufacturers.
I'm
so-
going to tell you, like, this doesn't look like much, but it's like over 400 responses right here. And so we've been pouring through
She
them.
didn't print them all, I thought.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We did not print them all. We did not print them all. But today we're going to talk about just color. So this is going to kind of be a series. So I kind of hope you guys hang in there with us on this. but it's a lot. And there was a lot of great stuff. And so today we're going to be talking about color. And we're just going to kind of dive into this because there was so many great things that were said. Like, for example, we're going to start off with lighter roots on blondes. And I think that you guys said so many wonderful things that, I mean, we got to share this with the manufacturers.
Yeah.
So.
And we will.
And we totally will. I mean,
lighter root color has been something that people have asked for, and I know from a manufacturing standpoint, it's hard to make everybody happy, and a lot of this goes into the designer side of things, what the designer envisions, and that's great until you start dealing with the end users and you hear the feedback of the root's too dark, or sometimes if it's really cool, it looks green.
Yeah. And I, from doing hair for years, we try to be the middleman here. So, roots are in. So I always try to tell people that roots are in, it ties in a brow. But, hey, if you don't have roots, I can't really upsell you on that. That's not something that's just easy for me to tell you. Like, you need a root. If you've never had a root, I can't talk you into that. And especially if it's a black root. And so I agree with you all. Like, you shouldn't have to have a black root if you've never had a black root. That's not fair. And, somebody even said too, it's like, I don't want a warm root if I have a cooler tone root. And I agree with that as well. Like, if you have a root. So, hey, we're going to pitch that to them. Like, I think that that's a great idea. Like, they shouldn't have black roots on their blondes. And on that, some more blondes that actually don't have roots. Like Ellen Wille, hey, can you please come out with some blondes that don't have roots?
Well,
right?
And the same with Jon Renau. And they're no different than a lot of the companies. If they make a really light, cool blonde, they put a dark root in it. There's nothing out there aside from Meringue by Tonya Beverly that is a very light, cool tone blonde without a root. Everybody else just puts a root in it.
Yeah, and I know that that's frustrating because it's like, hey, you don't want a root.
If you're a natural blonde and you've got blonde eyebrows, then a dark root sometimes just does not look right. It's like if I put a wig on and there's no root in it because my eyebrows are so dark, it just looks fake.
Yeah.
And it's all about finding what works best for you and your coloring. And many times we really struggle trying to find someone a good color of blonde without a root.
So, Four Ducks just said on YouTube, oh my gosh, warm roots drive me batty. I'm a cool toned person who wants cool toned hair. Arr. Love dark roots, but only if they are cool. Okay, warm roots. If you're a hairdresser, this is a thing. It's also called hot roots. That's a thing that can happen when you're coloring somebody's hair too, where you can get hot roots and you actually don't even want that. So look, there's this fine line. So I agree with you. So we're going to pitch that to them. Hey, let's come up with some different.
Can you define hot roots for those of us?
So hot roots is when you are coloring somebody's hair and they actually come up too warm. And I probably need to come up with a picture, and I don't have one handy.
Oh, I've seen that many times.
Yeah. Okay, you are aware. Has it happened on your head?
A lot has happened on my head.
I know.
I'm
sorry. I've been actually present for that, and I'm sorry for that too. It's a chemical reaction that happens, and it's not great. It's just when it gets too warm on your head, and so you don't want hot roots. It's just bad. So
and typically they pull the color through, and it's a thing at home. And so I saw some lady at the airport the other day. She had hot roots, and then from about here down, her hair was literally black.
Yeah.
And her roots were
warm.
A warm
color,
ginger brown type color. Yeah.
And for a long time, because my hair was really blonde, when my hair would grow in, they were red, and somebody thought I had hot roots because I'm a natural redhead. And they were like, I just always thought you had hot roots, that it just didn't ever. And I'm like, no, I just need to go get my hair bleached. But no, so that.
Yeah, Front Porch says the Roca Margarita by Beltress is a good color. But Gabor also does soft shaded roots. So if you are blonde but you still want to have just a little bit of a root, they'll do that. Okay. Love is Automatic is asking if it's okay if you guys want to contribute feedback. We actually Misty did a video asking for feedback. So, of course, if you have additional feedback, please email us. And that's mwigboutique@gmail.com.
I can't help. I have to say this. Lisa Marie wrote, so many roots are yellow-brown like baby poop. Sorry, I just had to say that. It's just distracting before we move on.
Yeah.
Can we please beg the designer companies to make every wig in very dark colors? And number 4 isn't dark enough for a lot of people who are born to. You know, that's a good point. There's a lot. Look, there's a lot happening here in the color world. They need to cover a lot of colors. So we can beg for a lot of different things. I cannot promise you that they're going to cover everything, but we'll see. So we also want to cover, another thing that was brought up was the lace front on these lighter wigs, okay? So when we're talking about blonde wigs with these roots, what happens is you've got these knots, and they're so obvious, and that was brought up so many times that, you know, we felt like that needs to be addressed. And
for example,
yeah,
this one does not have the lighter knots at the front, and so this is brand new. I got it yesterday, and so I have not trimmed the lace, but I generally always use the Jon Renau pinking shears on mine because it gives it a zigzag. It disrupts that hairline because nobody has a straight hairline, and it helps. But the most helpful thing is when they actually tie the knots in and intersperse lighter and darker so that it looks more natural at the hairline.
Now, what I will say is that on your hairline, it actually looks a lot better than some other hairlines, because somebody did write in and say that there's a couple of colors, especially from Jon Renau, that the hairline is so dark, the knots, it's so dark in the front that it just looks very unnatural. So because of the black knotting, they don't even want to get it. Because
it's a straight line.
It's a straight line.
Right.
So there's that. So that's one of the things we're going to talk to him about too. Let me see here. Okay. This is a hot topic. I'm just going to bring this up. Ellen Wille. You guys, so many of you brought up Ellen Wille and their color line. So this is a tricky one. We have brought this up with them and their reps, and they always tell us it's an artistic standpoint. So I'm going to bring this up right now. I get it. It is an artistic thing. From a hairdresser standpoint, when you're doing hair, it is an art form. So that's how she treats this. Everything that they do, their design collection, it is doing art. That's what she stands behind. So when they're releasing everything, it's doing art. That's why when she does these collections and these styles, it's only in so many colors. Now, when we're talking to you guys, we're like, hey, we agree. This is ridiculous. Like, this is dumb. I'm sorry. It's hard for me. I tell you this all the time. I don't want to go pull anything from them, right? Because I'm like, I look at this style and I'm like, I would go pull link for this lady, except for it doesn't come in her color, period.
Yeah.
So
that's
I just
the hardest thing.
I won't go do it. So look, we're going to pitch it to them again. We're going to say, hey, we can sell the heck out of your stuff, but we really, really, really need you to make it in more colors. I do not know what they're going to come back and say other than, guess what? It's art.
It's an artistic process.
And
the thing is, and I think because they're a European-based company, that culture is not used to having the choices that Americans do. Mm-hmm. And we want a choice for everything. It doesn't matter whether it's wig color or pants or whatever. And so for the American consumer to make a wig and only offer it in 8 colors and not include gray and not include a non-rooted blonde, it's a hard sell. Because in our minds, when we're working with people, all we're thinking about is across companies, what's going to work for this customer. And when we get to Ellen Wille, a lot of times we get stuck because the style may be perfect, and I had this happen yesterday, but you can't even get close to a good color. So
I love this. Tell them bald ladies don't care about art. We want the hair that's naturally our color. I agree with you. I do. I'm sorry. I do. And I get it. I do.
Well, and the thing is, in Europe, wigs are made for people with no hair. So they're marketing to people with no hair, which is, so that they're very mindful of that. It's just the number of choices in the color line is so difficult, and it also doesn't make sense to me coming from a company that offers over 400 different styles in their line. If you're going to have that many choices, why don't you back off on styles, expand colors? I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
I think I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
I'll shut up.
Well, it's just, look, we hear you, so we're working on it. We really, really are. I mean, we're frustrated too. We like our choices. I mean, we're just the middleman here, so we get it. We want the choices, and so we're working on it.
But our job is to advise you and help you make the right choice.
Yeah.
And so, it makes it easier when we can say, here's 5 different choices.
As much as I love them as a company because it's low density, I think that they make a great fiber.
The lace is amazing.
They have comfortable caps. It's just, I need some choices.
Yeah.
I need some choices in color. So, yes, Kiki's Big Wall and second verse. Yes.
I mean, I'm all about the pearl blonde rooted, but it's not all about me.
But
they make that color in almost every one of them. It's
Yes.
like, why don't we put a color without a root in it?
Yes. So maybe we'll get there. So now, this is what the next topic is. And I'm going to say I love this one because I'm a redhead. Okay, this came up a lot too, you guys. Reds. And this is across the board in every single company. Okay? Reds. It's a hot topic for all my redheads out there. We often do not bend, do we? And you know that.
Right.
We're tricky. We are a tricky bunch of ladies. So we need some cooler reds. We need some reds without the roots, right? Because whether you have no hair and you did have hair, or whether you do have some hair, I'm sorry, guess what? I don't have black roots, okay, as a redhead.
And you never will.
And I never will. And so I do not want a red with black roots. I just don't. I'm sorry. Not even with blonde. Like, I have red hair with blonde. I don't want black roots. So I'm calling out everybody.
The thing about redheads, and we've been doing this for a long time, and Keri is a redhead, they will compromise on style, but they will never compromise on color. And it's because they have found a color that works for them, be it copper or a cool tone violet or just kind of a middle of the road with highlights. Redheads want their color. Blondes will compromise. I mean, if you're in a cool area, there's still choices. If you like warm, there's choices. For brown, there's a lot of choices. But when you get to red, I think the other day I had a customer and I had 2 red color choices within the color line, and neither one of them worked. One was at one end, one was at the other end, and I needed more.
So I'm calling you out right now. I'm going to say, hey, Kyle, over at Hair You Wear, let's get together. Let's work on this, please.
And Alexander, who's doing a lot for Noriko, because Noriko changed theirs, where some of them, they don't have chestnut. They went to rusty red.
Because...
But they took away...
because Adrian's...
Rusty...
I know what you're talking about. Why can't this come to me right now? I'm going to tell you right now, Adrian's, I feel like their color line, like, there's so many things in there that I could be like, reds, we could really come together and come up with something fabulous. Let's create.
Yeah.
I mean, hair you wear, let's create. Like, I am all about this. Let's collaborate together. I am ready.
See where the holes are.
Let's bridge these gaps. Come on, please. And Ellen Wille, please.
Dark rust.
Please. Yes. Dark rust.
That's right. Dark rust is a beautiful color that Adirond's makes. It's a light red, but my friend Betsy, it's her hair color. She is a natural redhead. She's never put a color on her hair.
Betsy's
ever.
hair is gorgeous. We're going to get her in here one of these days. Actually, you know what? We skipped story time. So, we are going to put Kim's pic up here really quick. We don't even have to do the whole story right now, but Betsy's in this picture. And let's put this up so you can see Betsy's hair color. Actually, you can't because the sunflower's covering it. So
yeah, but she's a natural red.
She is a natural red.
You can see part of it.
And there's really the red that she is. It's like a copper color. You don't really get to see it. And I'm so sorry, TikTok and Instagram, you don't really get to see this picture, that it's a gorgeous copper color. And you just don't really find it in a lot of styles in the wig world. And we need it. We need it everywhere.
Yep.
We need it. All right, so the next color I want to talk about is grays without roots. It is a trend to have grays with the roots. And I love that. I love the trend. It is fun. But a lot of the styles that are coming out right now that a lot of people love, these styles, they're coming out with the roots. And guess what? People are coming in and they're like, hey, I love this style and I love this gray, but I need it without the root. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I can't do it. Doesn't come like
Jake,
that.
Thank you. Jake says he misses Noriko's dark rust.
Yeah, see? I know.
I do like the fact that Noriko does make Silverstone rooted and Silverstone unrooted. Typically, I mean, I think they're like Meadow's one of the few styles they make both in Meadow, and not all of them are going to come in the rooted and unrooted. But I appreciate the fact that they do both.
Yeah. I mean, look at all these people that are making all these comments. Like, I know, look, we're going to reach out to everybody. We're going to say, hey, to the manufacturers, please help us out.
Yes.
I think that we have some valid concerns here, and we're going to reach out to them, and we're going to see what happens.
Well, and I know sometimes, like, when I'm on the phone with my rep, it's almost like I hit a play button, and then I'm, like, going through the whole thing again. And, you know, the reps are good about taking the information back to the team with the other reps and comparing notes as far as what they learned from their customers. But, you know, there's no replacing working with the end consumer. And that's what we do every day, and that's who we fight for, that we're the advocate for the end user to get everything that you want so that you don't have to compromise.
I know. Well, because the thing is that honestly, it's one thing to be sitting behind, like, with your design team, creating and coming up with all this wonderful stuff. Because look, here's the deal. I love it. I do. I mean, I know you do too. When they come out with stuff, we're like, oh, I love this. We can't wait to get it in. The problem really comes into play when we start seeing clients walking in the shop. It doesn't always work.
Right.
You know, and it's sometimes a hard sell, you know.
If only they made this color.
Yep. And the feedback that we get from them, you know. And so as we're seeing clients in the chair, it's like it's not always an easy sell. And so it's like, okay, well then we can't actually sell it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the sad thing.
Can't sell what you don't have, right?
Exactly. So thank you for giving your wonderful feedback. We really do appreciate it. And we're going to pass it along, and we're going to continue this series. And so we hope that you continue to give us feedback. Misty's video is still up. And so, you know, we did color now, and you can still give us color. But, you know, we're going to do cap construction and just all sorts of different things. And we're going to pass all this along. And so, like I said, you know, I'm calling out.
Yeah, color. We just attacked color today. I mean, there are so many different topics. So, yeah, this is a series.
It's a series. So.
And somebody has asked twice what I have on. I have on Elizabeth by Jon Renau in Palm Springs Blonde.
She just got it. It's gorgeous.
Heat defiant. So what you'll notice is it's not as cool toned as what the traditional fiber is, but I still would not describe it as warm. It's just a smidge warmer than the regular Palm Springs Blonde. But it is heat defiant and it's fully hand tied.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had Elizabeth for, well, this is one I got yesterday, but I've worn her for 8-9 years. She was really one of my, after Reese, she was or after Cameron, she was one of my first wigs. So.
I am wearing Misty's wig. I'm wearing Anima by Ellen Wille. I'm wearing, it's in Nougat Tipped. So that's what I'm wearing today. I just stole it and decided, hey, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
And giving us all your valuable feedback.
Yeah.
We do have a sale going on. I'm going to have Marcia come in and announce the sale. So I'm going to step out. Oh, if I can get out.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. I thought that was... Oh.
Better have a slide because I don't even know.
There's
Guys,
Miss
guess
Pretty.
what time it is? It's
And
time for the
Guess
sale
who's
of
not
the
going to be here next week?
Me.
Marcia's going on vacation. I
Yes.
don't know how we're going to live without her. We
Yes.
always miss her.
Yes, I'm going to see my kids in Virginia. I can't
Oh,
wait.
Fun, 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 fun.
You had fun on your vacation, look like.
I did. Did you see with the fence pic?
I did. But I didn't hear the story, so I don't know what the story
Well,
was.
Betsy kept wanting, there were these beautiful sunflowers. Betsy kept wanting to have her picture, so we decided we're going to go have this picture. Well, Betsy's tall, but Tina, my other friend in the pink, is
not.
short. So I just decided I'm just going to hop up on this fence. And so I climbed up it, and then when I got up there, I couldn't really figure out how to turn around.
That's funny.
Yeah, by the grace of God,
I mean,
I did
you
not
look,
fall.
The look on your face is great. Like, hurry up, just take
Well,
it.
after that, I'm like, Betsy, can you take my shoes off because I don't think I can get down in these heels.
That was funny. I mean, the look on your face was like, hello.
Gingeroo says you look cute. All right, let's talk about the sale. Let's see what we got.
Okay. So it's 35% off all Jon Renau Ocelite collection, and the code is LIGHT35.
So
Wait, what is it? Is it
yeah, it's
Just that.
LITE 35. If you're not familiar with that line, the Jon Renau Ocelite line was designed to be very lightweight. Every wig in the collection weighs less than 2 ounces,
yeah?
or about 2 ounces, or
They're
less.
very light.
But they're very lightweight. They're made for people that don't want a whole lot of hair. And there's about 5, 6, maybe 7 styles in that collection to choose from. So
Yep.
some of, not all, but some of those styles will come in petite. So like Natalie, Jazz, Lily, Bree are all going to come in petite. So you've got
And
a choice.
some come in large. Yeah? Do they?
No.
None of the Ocelites come in
No.
large?
No.
Just petite. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But they are a little more stretchy, so
They are.
that's a good thing.
All right, so y'all have fun. The code is LIGHT35, LITE, and we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week, same time.
Yep.
But without Marcia.
Yep.